Hello, everyone. We are going to have an amazing session today. That's the first word of these sessions. Because today we are going to do a lot of things right here. And the goal of today's session is going to be we are going to cover two things. But before I get started with that, just give me a quick response if my audio and video is coming all fine, or like do you the audio must be coming all fine by now. Just give me a quick response. All clear. All right. So today is going to be a very good day because a lot of you were continuously asking me to show something in real life, right? But now we have the boundary that if I'll ask people to hack websites publicly in a course, that will be prohibited because if we let's take it from our brand. If somebody will show the hacking of my brand that I've built publicly, that too to the students, then there will be a lot of legal issues on us. This is a very thick edge of hacking that I really don't pass because we gotta have to take care about the reputation of other companies as well. But this doesn't means that you are not going to see anything into the actual life. If you guys must have noticed that recently I've announced that some of the students have found the bounties onto some very good platforms. Today we have like some special POCs. So what we can do is that my older students and the students who are still working with me, they have found some real life bounties in last few days. So we still go on like this. We have a good amount of team because in order to hit the bounty, the era is a little bit changed. That's why a lot of people are doing networking into cybersecurity field these days. They make a group, like even I have my group where we are like 4 or 5 people right now, and we do the bounty thing all in a once. Like we go ahead and we complete our checklist for finding the bounties, like in earlier times as well. Like I just told you that we keep the checklist, and then that's how we complete the checklist, and that's how we hit the bounty. So today's session will motivate you to hit a lot of bounties, but when I'll be showing you that how the bounties are being scored into the real life, which is going to be a amazing thing, of course. And next up, we are going to talk about the interview questions because you guys are now well known, well known out there into the market of cybersecurity, which means it's the high time to upgrade your resume. There are a lot of things that you need to cover in your life because cybersecurity is a very huge branch. You go ahead and you can explore a lot of new things that we have not yet covered in this course. But this curriculum was a very good enough refresher, I believe, in order to start your journey in cybersecurity, right? So I believe today we will be also discussing some of the interview questions, and they will be the MCQ questions. So I'll be asking you people live. These questions I'll be asking you live, and you're gonna have to answer the correct answer into the question and answer section of your chat boxes into the Zoom. And apart from that, we are going to discuss the POCs of the bounties. So this is what we are going to cover. Then I'll tell you that how we create the logic. Like there are some attacks that are not included in this course, but I can give you a real life example as the extra content so that you can be motivated enough to find some real good amount of bounties. So let's get started with that. So I asked my team to make a bounty of that, and the reason why I am showing you this is because these bounties are now fixed. So which is the reason how I can show you the bounties of this. So this is one of the bounty that we have found on Cloud Cannon, and the other bounty I'm just going to open up, and into the upcoming days, I'll also show you the bounties of some really good brands that have fixed their bounties actually. So this is also a bounty on lob.com. All of these websites are listed everywhere, like you find on HackerOne or like any other bug crowd or something like that. So you can find these brands over there. And the last one that we have been hitting is Atlantic POC. And I guess I'll be having one POC for the Microsoft as well. We have reported them, and it is being fixed by them. So I think we can show you for that as well. So this is one of my students, Shivam, for which like we work closely, I and Shivam. So we have been like doing this from quite a long time. We sit onto the Google Hangout. We have like 3 people over there. Most of them have also found the bugs onto some really big websites like Apple and NASA, and these kind of things are also coming up. So I'll be showing you all of those POCs live, so it will give you a really good learning exposure. So let's go ahead and let's try to have a look at what we are going to see in these POCs. If you have any doubts before this question, feel free to ask. exactly after 2 minutes, I'll start explaining the POC. Okay, Foxy Proxy is a add-on. Definitely, if we'll be having some time, then I would love to show you the demonstration over that as well. So that is also a very good thing out there. You can switch the proxies very instantly with the help of Foxy Proxy, and there are other things as well that can be used instead of Foxy Proxy. Because a lot of better switching plugins are available in terms of proxy, I believe. Okay, so I believe everybody is ready for that. Make Menti of CSM questions. So we are not going to make Menti of CSM questions, but that's a good idea. Maybe right now I can just because we are going to provide the live recordings as well of these things. So we are going to cover all of this. So maybe into the upcoming class I can plan a Menti for you people if there will be good number of attendees in here. All right. So first of all, this is a very good password reset endpoint thing that we have been covering over here. So this was found on theatlantic.com. So what a user has to do. So basically these kind of flaws are not the big flaws. We call them as the business logical flaws because here we talk about how you can, play around with the passwords with very, very small detail. So in this attack, what you're going to have to do if you go on somebody's website, and one of the reason is that there are no labs available in order to try these attacks, which is why I'm showing you step by step that how you can go ahead and you can talk about how you can go ahead and breach in the password endpoints. So first of all, what it is doing, it is clicking on change password, and then he'll be entering the password right here. It is a very small attack. Basically, you can try it onto a lot of websites in order to get some small amount of bounties at least, so that you can just make your resume stronger in here. Okay, so here he has changed the password, like you can see, but while he has changed the password, you can see that he has just now changed the password, and he has also written his name over there. And whenever he is like changing the password, he can also change the name in here as well. So this was a small POC in which you can see that the user is able to change the password of okay, there is some glitch in here. This was a password reset endpoint, but I believe he has not shown you the request of the burp suit, I believe, in this POC. Okay, this doesn't seems like legit to me. This must be a good one. Okay, so in this, what he has done, this was a VPN. Like you go ahead and check out the website, that is lob.com. They are serving for a lot of VPN services. So in this, what he has done in here is that he has intercepted the cookies of the authentication cookies. So what happens sometimes, the amount of tabs that he has opened up in here. So he has intercepted all the packets inside the burp suit, and when he has intercepted the packet, then these are the small things that I wanted to wake you up all about, because sometimes you just don't have to find the bug, you can also find the business logical bug, in which you can check their architecture. If their architecture is wrong, and if something sensitive is there, that you can see into there, that by which you can see that he has intercepted one packet. He has done nothing at all in here, but while he has intercepted the packet, he has received the sensitive information in here as well. So you can see when he intercepted this packet, its username admin and the password is right here onto the VPN log. And when we go ahead and this is also one of the requests. Okay, so here he'll tell you that how you can go ahead with the smuggle attack. Now this is one of the attack that must be there into the latest burp suit, you can see. So into the smuggle attack, what it does, it actually go ahead and it send the null packets over here to the connection of the victim. So you can see that this is one of the script that is that I'll be giving you after the session. I'll add this script into the resource, or you can just take the screenshot of it. So what you gotta have to do in this script, what it has written, that it can ask the victim. First of all, it will just request the engine that will auto fix the length. So here you have to put this script in here in the word list, and it will just go ahead. This script will make the user to sleep for 0.05 seconds, right? So if the user is able to sleep for 0.05 seconds, then we can go ahead and execute multiple scripts onto the server like this. And the system, the user can be hanged, and he'll be logged in inside the session as well, but he won't be able to use that session. So this is one of the attack that is not directly breaching anybody's data or anything like that, but this is a business logical flaw, in which what you can do is that you can just hinder the victim. If you can hinder the convenience as well of the victim, then I believe that is also a big thing out there. So I'll be sharing you these videos as well into the resources, don't you worry about this. But this is one of the smuggle attack that is quite famous out there. Nobody is hearing about this quite a lot. So this is one of the POC that you can try for the smuggle attack. So after this lecture, I'll be just adding this video as well, and I'll be adding you can just check out the script. You can simply write it into the script tag, and after intercepting it from the burp suit, you can just go ahead and what first he has done, he has directly sent this request. This is the authentication session request. So if I break this down, if it is hard for you people to understand, if I break this down into the steps, then what you're gonna have to do is that into the smuggle request, step one is going to be if you can go ahead and intercept the request of auth. Auth here refers for authentication. So people have been using a lot of authentication services here. Okay, so so intercept the request of authentication is going to be your first step. Now now this is the thing, that there could be multiple requests of authentication, right? Now you'll say, sir, on which request we gotta have to smuggle the request? What you gotta have to do is that you gotta have to try on all of them. Like you can see a lot of tabs are opened up right here. All of these tabs are right here because we have been trying onto a lot of auth request in order to smuggle the smuggle the request of any user, and we can go ahead and flood him with a lot of sleep time, you can say. So the smuggling here refers to making a user to sleep for a much longer time than it is expected, right? So this is what he has done. And then you gotta have to go on to the step 2, and then right click on request, and then you can just go ahead and click on smuggle request. Right, so if he is asking to click on smuggle request, then you'll just right click over here, like you can see that he has done smuggle attack, right? So here you can see a lot of things right here that you can edit, but here you don't have to edit anything. We have we have a lot of combination of scripts that are already written with us, and even we have not written these scripts. This is exactly like the cheat sheet that could be available into the market too. Like we have done the authentication bypass yesterday, that was also available into the market. Exactly like that, these things are all also available into the market, but any which way, the things that we have used here into the scripts, that will be available to you under the resources section. So after you smuggle the request, you just copy this and you just completely remove everything from here into the smuggler and just paste our script in here. So once you will do that, then you can see timeline and timeout and everything is written over here, right? So we are when you'll click on go right here, like exactly like you have learned the brute force attack, right? So exactly like that, this is the smuggle thing over here. So here you can see that you have, when you'll go underneath of this pasting new content into the smuggle request. So I'll just write it here, that step 3, you'll have to paste the smuggle smuggle script and click on attack button. This is actually new into the market. People have been finding a lot of bugs with the help of this attack, which is why I'm telling you that it is trendy. You can go ahead and, you can just do this onto a lot of other websites that are right now listed onto the bug bounty platforms, because I really want to hear some more good news coming out from this batch, that you guys have found the bounty from here or there or something like that, right? So once you do this, once you paste this script, you click on the attack button. You can see attack button was right here, and you can click on the attack button, right? And now again, you'll have to see all the packets once again. So it is going to check all the requests right here. Now, okay, so now the methodology is quite same in here as well. So the thing is ki what needs to happen here once your authentication is done, write logic. So this is the business logical bug, right? So the logic that is putting up over here is write logic should be that after authentication, you should be redirected via 4xx request that will redirect you somewhere else. But if you are not redirected, then the status will be changed, right? So the status will be changed. It will be 200 OK requests, which is not putting you anywhere. So if you'll just increase the time, and if you will do this into the multiple way, then the user, all the, the user that you'll be just putting up in here won't be able to do anything in his account. So what will happen here? So you'll see all the requests are 401, 401. See, all of them are getting unauthorized here. See, unauthorized. So when you get the unauthorized thing, then he's flooded with a lot of, 401 packets here, which will freeze his account. He won't be able to do anything. The server will think that whatever he is doing, that will be called as unauthorized. So he won't be able to do anything. And the only request that has passed is the main request where, his username and everything is being shown right here into the publicly. Like you can see the username, admin, password, and admin. So these strings are also, shown here very publicly on in here. So sometimes when you smuggle it, you can find a lot of, user ID and the passwords as well. So this was a quick business logical flaw in here. Okay, so I've written the flaw in here. So do you guys need these simple steps? Just give me a quick response into the chat section. If you guys want it, then I'll provide it. Otherwise, it was quite easy. You can do this with the help of watching this video as well. So do you want this into the resources section? Just give me a quick response. Okay, yes. All right, so this was one of the requests, and now what I'll do, that whenever I'll come and take the session, I'll bring some POCs, because we keep on finding bugs onto the daily basis. Like every week we find 1 or 2 bugs at least. Like I have a good team of like 4 more people, so we all sit together every day in the night, and then we do the bug hunting. That's what I'm doing for the part time, right? So this is a very good thing out here, and I still get a lot of good amount of bounties as well from that. So that is a good thing out here. Okay, so this was a quick POC, and I think I'll be bringing more POCs that we'll be sharing you. And from here, we'll be jumping on to some interview questions that you'll feel really great to answer them. And it will also give you an idea that where you are actually standing till now, because I believe you have learned enough about the cybersecurity. So I believe it's the right time to evaluate. And the people who are watching this as a recorded section, I'll just give the 10 seconds in order to take the right answers. So you can give the right answers into the question answer section, right? You'll be able to evaluate yourself that how much do you know, and into the next time we'll be hosting such of these questions on Menti. So I believe Next week I will not be here. I'll be, going on to into a hackathon in Jaipur. So, which is the reason next week Mukesh will be taking your class, and then from the next upcoming week I'll be putting up the interview questions daily and POC daily, and then we'll be moving on to some web goat attacks, because we don't have much time left now. I guess we'll be completing this course within next 4 week, which means I'll think we'll be having like last 6 to 7 classes now. So it's high time that we start thinking about the interview preparation as well, and the bug bounty as well. So if we'll be solving such good questions, then I believe you can go ahead and you can just uh, you can just appear into a lot of good exams like CEH, OSCP. You can try, and you can try all of other hacking related certifications as well. So you're gonna have to answer this into the question and answer section. So are you ready for it? Give me a quick answer. All right. So you'll have to choose one answer. I'll be giving you 10 seconds in order to give the right answer, and then you'll be able to evaluate yourself that how much do you know about this. This is like an unofficial quiz that we are hosting, but in upcoming week I'm going to host a quiz in which I'll be rewarding you on the basis of your standings as well. Like the first one will get some good prize, the second one and the third one as well. Okay, so the question number one is, what is correct about digital signatures? A digital signature cannot be moved from one signed document to another because it is a plain hash of the document content. Or digital signatures may be used in different documents of the same type. Or digital signatures are issued once for each user and can be used everywhere until they expire. Or it's number D. A digital signature cannot be moved from one signed document to another because it is the hash of the original document encrypted with the private key of the signing party. So which one do you think is the right answer? Okay, I believe nobody has given the right answer till now. You can give the answer into the question answer section. I believe nobody has yet given the right answer. D is not the right answer because a lot of people have been writing D. Okay, so what happens like B? Some people are saying B. Okay, only Asar Mohammed has given the right answer, and all of you, like, most of the people have been, attending a lot of things right here. So, what actually is the digital signature, right? If I, yes, Sriram has also given the right answer. So, if I explain you what exactly is the digital signature, so the digital signature is issued once, right? Suppose like if it is a digital signature related to my name, so it will be issued to me once, and then I'm the owner of digital or that digital signature. Now I can use it everywhere, like wherever I want. Nobody can stop me from that. So that is called as a digital hash or the digital signature. A lot of people have been asking about D, like they have given the answer as D. So a digital signature cannot be moved from one signed document to another. No, if I am the owner of that digital signature, then I can use it anywhere. It's exactly like our handwritten signature, right? Because it is the hash of the original document encrypted with the private key of the signing parties. Now this happens in the case of blockchain, right? So this is why the blockchains were introduced, right? So I believe I can create a digital signature. So D will be the right answer of this. I'll be uh, looking for the right answer. I mean, C is the right answer. All right. So a lot of confusion was there into this question. But right now we are going to try the second question as well. Do anyone is having any kind of doubt in the question number one? Just give me a quick response. If anybody is having doubt into the explanation of any option, okay, B. So digital signature may be used in different documents of the same type. Yes, they can be used, but what happens, it is exactly like, this is one more thing that I will tell you, that what is happening in today's quiz and today's interview exams or to the examination, that more than one option will be right. but you'll have to choose the most suitable one. This is also one of the biggest challenge that people have been facing these days. So whenever you appear for any of the exams in your life, understand there could be a case where more than one option is right, but you'll have to choose the most suitable one. So I believe the digital signature are issued once. This is also extra added and can be used everywhere until they expire. So I'll decide when they are going to expire, right? So this is the most suitable answer for this. Okay, so this is a very easy question. The second question is, a hacker is an intelligent individual with excellent computer skills and the ability to explore a computer software and hardware without the owner's permission. Their intention can either be to simplify or gain knowledge or to illegally make changes. Which of the following class of the hackers refers to an individual who works both offensively and defensively at various times? So, what do you think the answer of that is? Few more seconds. Okay, so let's have a look at the questions. Answer. Okay, so I believe all the people have given the right answer in here. Instead of Brajesh, most of the people have given the right answers here. Okay, so the right answer is going to be okay, Tayyab's answer is wrong as well. So here, when we talk about a very small thing, see, sometimes what happens that you get very big questions into the interviews, right? They look like five-line questions or maybe like 6-line questions, but you gotta have to sometimes take out the keyword out of that, and that could be your right answer. So when here I read that uh, who works both offensively and defensively, who are those people? That are the gray hat people, right? Black hat people will only do the wrong deeds only. White hat will only do the right deeds only. So side hackers are like, they publicly go and flaunt that I have done this. And gray hat hackers are the one who works into both the fashion, into a good way and into the bad way as well. Okay, so this will be the right answer in here. All right. So now the next question is, which of the following steps for risk assessment methodology refers to vulnerability identification? Does it identify source of harm to an IT system, or it determines the risk probability that vulnerability will be exploited? And that is more defined into the high, medium, low, that we are going to, you must have heard about it already while creating the POC, that there is definitely a group of all the bugs, and you gotta have to define that what level of vulnerability it is. Like, is it a high level of vulnerability or medium or low, into while making your POC report? Because it depends that that way you are going to get the bounty. You'll come into the pool of high, medium, of low into the bounty pool as well. Or whether it assigns the value to risk probability, that is impact values, or it determines if any flaws exist in system policies or procedure. So which one do you think is the right answer in here? So a lot of people have been giving the answer to C. D. Okay, only K. Shashank has given the right answer till now, and Arnav Gupta, Smrital as well. Okay, so the right answer, yes, Yovi also has given the right answer. Right. So now what we have done in here is that, what interviewer does into the cybersecurity question, it it actually check a look at the guy if he's having a keen interest into a corporate way, because ultimately you are going to be placed into some corporate companies, or you must be running your own corporate companies. Like there are two people, type of people who have been sitting into this batch, that they are having their own setup of doing any kind of risk management or vulnerability assessment thing. And that is what the companies are doing, where some of you are going to work somewhere into your lives. So I believe into that way, they are only going to see that if you are having the approach in a very professional way or not. Because there are a lot of, in a lot of cases, they take it on to the some other kind of values like that are related to some legal proceedings or something like that. That is also a very good branch of cybersecurity. But I believe the corporate is having a much bigger opportunities over there. So I believe the right answer is going to be B in this case. So this is why I have explained the B option in detailed way, that it determines the risk probability that vulnerability will be exploited, high, medium, or low. This is the professional way of dealing with any risk assessment, right? So what happens is that usually, what kind of requirement you'll get when you'll just go ahead and when you'll try to find the, tenders of any company, then your first accept is to tell them that we first of all will be giving you the risk assessment, then we'll be deciding the tender that how much we are going to charge in order to make your proceedings with VAPT, right? And then it depends on to the architecture that what all services you can give them. Into some of my previous lectures, I have defined that what are the different services that you can offer as a cybersecurity unit, or maybe if you're working in a cybersecurity unit. Okay, so the answer is B in here. See, the very good thing is attending live. The people who are attending live right now is that they are able to determine themselves that how quickly they can go ahead and they can give the answer to questions, which is also a good thing, that a reader who is going ahead and checking out just my recorded section, they cannot just evaluate their spontaneous behavior on how soon you can complete these questions. All right. So by using a smart card pin, okay, so by using a smart card and PIN, you are using a two-factor authentication that satisfies now something and something you are. Like this is also a question that will be like, it will look like all the answers will look like same. This is the type of questions that we get into the examinations. Second one is something you are and something you remember, something you have and something you are, and something you have and something you know. So which one do you think is the most suitable one? This is going to be a fun, I believe. People will be choosing a lot of answers right here, but this will be a logical building question. So I'm waiting for the response for like next 5 seconds. Okay, so let's see if anybody has given the right answer. Okay, so Prasanna has given the right answer. Brajesh has also given the right answer. Jatin has given most of the people have given the right answer. John has given the right answer. Hari, Vignesh, D, Yova has given the right answer. All right. So this is a very quick fun practice that will what actually the question does when you'll go ahead and attempt any exam. I've recently cleared a lot of cloud exams as well, so now I've understood their strategy of building the examinations. So now what will they do? Can you notice that first question was stronger in my case as well when I was appearing for cloud exams? And then the second question was super easy. This happened with me over there as well. And then third question was into a corporate field, right? And then the fourth question, it is completely different. Like it is a mental exercise question, you can say, right? So they'll change the flavor and the taste of the question from every question so that the largest amount of brain can be used in solving your questions. Okay, so let's discuss that why D is the right answer and why A and B is and C is not a right answer, right? So it's if you have a smart card and PIN, now the two-factor authentication will not allow you to remember something or something like that. You'll be receiving everything instantly. That's why it's a two-factor authentication, right? So now knowing something is good for you, but something you are, that doesn't really matters, right? Whatever your name is or whatever you are, that really doesn't matters. Only something will matter here, right? So the second question, situation is not satisfied in this case. Something you are, that really doesn't matters again. So this situation is exactly same as this one. So this again is not a right answer. So you make a part of the situations. That's how you solve these questions very instantly and without even wasting any time. Now next up, see, you have here is something you have and something you are. Now again, this is also coming here. Like this is the same thing. So again, the condition doesn't satisfy us here. So something you have, that's okay. Whatever you have, and something like you'll be generating any password, or you'll be you'll be receiving some kind of OTP or something like that, that you will know. And what card you are using and how that will be used, that is also a good thing, right? So which is why the most suitable answer is D in this case. All right. Yes, Abhishek, you are absolutely correct in this question. But let's have a look at the question number 5. So I'll just zoom out a bit. All right. So a technician, okay, so this is another question. In this question, he'll give you a real life scenario, right? So a technician is resolving an issue, which is also a different kind of taste in this question. A technician is resolving an issue where a computer is unable to connect to the internet. Like this is also a problem that we have all faced as a beginner into our lives, which is why we know that this could also be a question that will give you a confidence into your life in solving some real life problems as well. So now he's not able to connect to the internet using a wireless access point. The computer is able to transfer file locally to other machines, but cannot successfully reach to the internet. When the technician examines the IP address and default gateway, they are both on the 192.168. But in our case, what we have solved, it was 10.0.2, like something like that, 0.1.2 or something like that. But in this case, the IP address is this only. Which of the following must have happened to this guy, right? So the computer is not using the private IP address. The gateway is not routing to a public address, and the computer is using an invalid IP address, or the gateway and the computer are not on the same network. Now, I just want you to remember only two situations in this case. One is the IP address, because any which way you have detail that he's not able to access the internet, that's okay. But you can find the technicalities into this IP address only. Now, this IP address seems right to you. Like I cannot see anything wrong in here, but the computer is not using a private IP address, or the gateway is not routing to public ID, or the invalid IP address. Which one do you think is the right answer? So I believe in between the explanation, everybody must have answered that. So let's see how many of you people have given the right answer. Okay, so B, most of the choices are B. Prasanna has pointed out to D. John has pointed out to D as well. Brajesh, Pratham has pointed out to C. I believe most of the people are giving then answer to B or D. So there is a confusion between B or D. That's what I can rectify in here. So the right answer is B in this case. How? I'll tell you. The gateway is not routing to a public address. If your IP address is also in a good condition, then I believe there must be something wrong to a public IP address. Like the gateway is not open, that's why it is not reaching out to your public IP address. That's the only situation that occurs over here, because this is your public IP address that you can see. Just by the IP address only, you can see that this is a public one. The computer is not using a private IP address. This is just a one situation, right? Which is definitely not a solution. This is not a pinpoint solution right here. And then the computer is using an invalid IP address. This doesn't seems to be like an invalid IP address, like I explained you while going ahead with this, while reading the questions. And then the gateway and the computer are not on same network, right? So if the gateway and the computer is not on a same network, then any which way the internet should not affect anyway. So the network is going to be one ISP only. So I believe that's the right answer for this B. The gateway is not routing to a public IP address, right? So which is why it is showing me into the subnet as well. This last three of this nets doesn't seems like the valid one to me, which is why it doesn't seems like a public IP address as well. So I'll be using this as the right answer. Next time, I believe everybody will be prepared for the mentee. I'll just tell you 2 days prior, and then we'll keep a mentee of some little bit of hard questions. Right now, I just wanted to give an overview that what could be the different situations that can come into the question. Like it could be something like a mental twister, or it could be like a real life problem, or it will be like a case, or it will be like a 5-line question that has nothing in it, but they just want to waste your time. Okay, so next up we are here on to the question number 6, that is PGP, SSL, and IKE are all example of which type of cryptography. So anybody, if anybody is having a keen interest in cryptography, he won't be having the problem and to solving these questions, because what happens in this case, what is PGP must be like, even if you don't know what PGP is, then I believe you know what SSL is. This is what we have read. Like we again go ahead into the situations as well when we go ahead into like solving the questions. It must be something same related to SSL again, that is IKE. But they all are examples of which cryptography. Now, when there is an SSL, you can see that you can say that this definitely gives the hash of the algorithm as well, or it becomes the secret key as well, or does it digest, or does it becomes the public key. So now you need to know that how SSL is coming, not what it is doing. I repeat, I just wanted to give you one hint regarding it. Not what SSL is doing doesn't matters. The type by which it is coming, that what matters in this case. Secret key. Now, a lot of people are saying secret key, that is D, but I can say secret key if we talk about salts. Like you must have heard about salts, SALTS. So they are also secret key. Then what is something new in here into SSL? How is it coming matters, not what it is doing matters again. Arnav has given the right answer. Okay, now a lot of people are giving right answers. Yes. Right. So most of the people are giving the right answers, still waiting for the submissions. Yuvo, what are you thinking about it? I would like to get a response from you here. A. Okay. So I think the right answer is public key, because internet key is again public, and PGP is also a public key, and that's how SSL is also coming. Any which way, SSL is coming from a public key, right? That's why how SSL is coming. When a lot of hosting vendors tell you that, hey, we are from Big Daddy, or maybe from hey, maybe we are from GoDaddy, or maybe from like you can say Hostinger, or there are a lot of internet provide a lot of SSL providers that are available out there into the market. So how can they sit there and they can, install a SSL to your domain? So that is being installed from the public key. They configure it via public key onto your domain, and that's how you're getting SSL. And that's how all of these becomes the example of public key. So now, people who do the hurry, like, they go and they'll maybe just hear about SSL and they'll just go ahead with the secret key option or a hash algorithm. That's not how you need to do how you need to deal with the questions. So this was the right answer in this case. So this is the right answer. Okay, so today we are just going to discuss the questions. We'll be completing 25 questions in the one go, and then we'll be completing 25 questions in the second go. We'll be having the break at the same time only, but we are just going to complete a lot of amount of interview questions today here, so that next time when I go ahead and take the interview questions of you via any automated quiz, so that I can get a very good amount of response over there. So which is why I just wanted to make you prepare for it. This is like a mock interview that is going on right now. Mock questions that we are discussing right now, and then we'll be making some more mocks that will be more harder for you. Okay, so which of the following Linux command will resolve a domain into IP address, right? So this is also you know thing out here that is related to a Linux command. Now the host hyphen t SOE, and this is like an example of like a hack domain or something like that. It wants to convert it into an IP address. So, just knowing an IP address is not a big deal in Linux, which is why, most of the people do the hacking like this only. They go ahead and, they just find the IP address first of all, and then they start any kind of recursive scanning from a lot of network related tools as well. And, you can do a lot of things by knowing the IP address. So, which one of this do you think will be the right answer? You know, you must have, if you are good enough with the hosting, I believe, then you must be knowing that what are AXFR records, what is NS record, what is SOA, what is A. So that's what I believe. So give me a quick answer and then we'll be proceeding to the next question. Okay, so D, mostly people are saying D. D is going to resolve the name server. Brajesh has given the right answer and Arnav has given the right answer. So Arnav and Brajesh, now I would like to get the explanation that why you have chosen B. Like, how do you think that is the right answer? So the guy who is asking today's agenda very bravely, I believe you have joined the session a little bit late. Quickly give me a response that why do you think that B is the right answer? A equals to address or A equals to Pranav? Just give me a quick response. A equals to address or A equals to all in this case? I believe just not in this case, but in every case, A is for domain or A is for address. Okay. So now the thing is the capital A is all, right? But the small a is address in this case. So this is one of the trick that I want you to remember always, that if you want to find out the IP address of any domain, just go with small a that will refer to the address and the capital A will be referring for the all in this case. Okay, next up we have the next question that we have solved already while attending these classes. So identify the web application attack where the attacker exploit vulnerabilities in dynamically generated web pages to inject client-side script into web page view by the other user. So it is going to be LDAP or it is going to be SQL or it is going to be XSS or CSRF. So I agree, you might not be knowing the LDAP, but you must be knowing these three by this course. So one of them is the right answer. Just give me a quick right answer. This is a very easy question. So Rohit has said D as the right answer. I believe CSRF is not going to be a right answer because we are not, putting any scripts into the client side. Like we can, we can store a lot of things into the CSRF attacks under the form section. Okay, so I don't believe D is the right answer. SQL is anyway not a right answer. The people, sir, you have chosen the SQL. So in SQL, the whole database is taken out. And how SQL could be the right answer? So the right answer is this XSS. When I say client side script, alert tag that we have generated, that was done onto the client side. In fact, into a map, I have shown you that how it is just affecting the clients. So which is why it is going to be a right answer. And I'll just refer here as well. Okay, so by trying this class, not only just you are getting to know about the right answers, you are also knowing the reasons behind them. Okay, so suppose we have, if you still remember that into the classes of DVWA, I've extracted a lot of files while going with the part traversal as well, and with a lot of different attacks. I was able to take out the cat etc passwd file that is always available into the Linux servers, right? You can go ahead with the bash script of that as well, right? So this is the complete bash script of an example, but this will also make sense in here because we are just going to talk about what is the shell shock bash vulnerability attempting to do on vulnerable Linux host, right? So when we create a shell, like I've introduced you the shell as well, but just into a little bit of modified name, it says shock and bash in this case, because into the bash, we are firing the command. Like if you still remember when I told you about the shells, and the shell shock is extra added because it's like what it can do. If you can, remember I told you that how into the upload functionality, you can just inject a shell inside that, right? So what can you do after that? Like you remember that it opens up a backdoor of the complete scenario if the shell is injected. Then what you can do, changes all the password in passwd file, remove the passwd file, add a new passwd file, or display passwd content to prompt. So which is the best suitable thing that you can do from a backdoor, or you can say shell shock? Just give me a quick response. Okay, what is the right answer for ninth question? D, display passwd content to prompt. Right, D. Most of the people are saying D. Shashank has said that we can add a new user to passwd file, but that doesn't matters actually. Change all passwords in passwd. That is encrypted. How can you change all the passwords, Prasanna? D, display passwd file to content prompt. Okay, so if you, I'm really happy to see that a lot of people still remember this, that we have displayed this into like if you remember onto that box, I have displayed all of that into like our web browser only. So this is what you can do with the passwd file. If you are managed to get the access of that, you can just display it publicly. So this is going to be the right answer. Okay, so now some of the echo means display in prompt. Yes, that is also a nice logic. Sir, seventh question you entered wrong. What happened to... Okay, yes, this is not AXFR. This is A for address. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. This is a set of extensions to DNS that provides the origin authentication of DNS, data DNS client resolver, so as to reduce the threat of DNS poisoning, spoofing, and similar type of attack. So here, what is the ultimate purpose is to stop the DNS poisoning, spoofing, and these kind of attack. Now you must be knowing about DNS poisoning, that is under the man in the middle attacks. You must have heard about it if you have heard about it. So how can you uh, stop that from happening? So that is going to be to see the resource transfers, resource records, they are completely different. Zone transfer will take your website somewhere else. DNS sec is something that could also help. So like which one of you do you think is going to help in here? Because it is asking for the extension as well. So, if you know the use of these three, then you can automatically know the use of this one as well. But which one of these are the right one? Like there could be more than one right answer. So the answer of 10th is what let's see what I'm expecting into the chats. Resource transfer. How can you transfer the resource, Prasanna? You have been giving a lot of wrong answers actually. Uh, Most of the people are saying A. Smrital has given the right answer. Pratik has given the right answers. I'm not getting much response from Yuvo as well. And Prasanna is saying D now. And Pratik is right. Hari Vignesh is right. Some are saying resource records. So resource records will not do anything. That it is not going to stop anything. You can just edit them, the resource records, and it can be redirected to somewhere else. So here DNSSEC is the extension for providing the authentication. So this is going to be the right answer, because resource transfer is going to transfer the resource. That is not a complete and permanent solution. Resource transfer is going to again transfer some other domain or whatever you want from that. Zone transfer is used for like transferring the data, sometimes like the storage, you can say. So whenever you are just going to go ahead and configure the hosting, you'll have to update the zone transfer records as well. But DNSSEC is something that is going to do it. So this is going to be the right answer in this case. Next time we are just going to have the questions. You'll have to do your own research, and we'll be playing a quiz on Menti. So this time I'm just giving you the explanation of all the questions. Okay, so let's move on to the question number 11th. So this is going to be a question for what is happening into the market these days. So these types of questions are also introduced, because this never happens into the examination that all of the questions are going to be real life based or something like that. They have the different of taste of the question. So here, to determine if a software program properly handles a wide range of input, before I see, let me see, I've seen the answer still, Rohit. Okay. So to determine if a software program properly handles a wide range of invalid input, a form of automated testing can be used to randomly generate invalid input in an attempt to crash the program. What term is commonly used when referring to this type of testing? Like we have been generating a random input, invalid input field. We can do that as well. Something like in CSRF as well, but that is not called as that could be called as mutating it, or it could be called as we are randomizing it, bounding it, or we are just fuzzing it. So what do you think is going to be the right answer in this case? We have just generated the invalid input form. We are not doing anything wrong in here, just generating the invalid functionality out there. We are just flooding that basically. So let's see what is the right answer of 11 that people have been saying. Okay, so yes, this time Yova has given the answer, Yovi. So the D is going to be the right answer, and he has given the first answer this time. So a lot of people have been saying fuzzing, D is right. Randomizing doesn't make sense, right? We have been just giving a error functionality that is coming up again and again. Fuzzing, okay, a lot of people are saying fuzzing. I think it's D. Yes, Shashank, you're right. Rohit, a lot of people are right. Okay, so this is going to be the right answer. All right. So while using your bank's online servicing, you notice the following string into the URL bar. That is www.yourbank.com, and then the account ID is this, and DA amount 10980, and CAMO C amount is going to be 21. So you observe that if you modified the D amount and C amount values and submit the request, the data on the web page reflect changes, right? So this is a logical one. So you can just take it as a case where you're just playing around with the URL here, right? So that is called as, now you know what we say, this thing, right? This is a URL. Now you know, and this is, if the question mark here comes, and then you know that what this is. Just this last parameter is a web parameter tempering, or it is SQL injection, doesn't seems like that, or is it XSS or cookie tempering? So I find the most suitable one into this 12th. Let's see, what will you say? B, SQL injection. You cannot see anything like SQL injection in here. Rajesh has given the right answer. XSS, I cannot see anything related to XSS in here into this parameter that he has been asking us to observe. DA mount and CA mount is there into the parameter. Web parameter tempering. Yes, that's the right answer. Web parameter tempering. So you're just tempering something into this, it is asking that you are changing this, like if it is 10980, when you write here 1098123 or whatever it is showing you the changes onto the web page. So it should not do that actually. So what this happens into the cases of Vimeo as well. Some people have been using Vimeo player in order to, host their online videos or something like that. So what happens that this comes up into the Vimeo. So whenever you change the ID of that player, then a new video is played. Even if you have taken the premium access of that or not, it doesn't matters. But the new video will be played that way. So this could amount to the privacy leak as well of any product, you can say, or the video especially. So you're just tempering the URL in this case. Okay, so now we'll solve 3 questions more and then we'll be taking the break. So quickly answer this. So you are tasked to perform a penetration test. While you are performing information gathering, you find an employee list in Google. You find the receptionist email and you send her an email changing the source email to her boss's email at the rate of company, whatever it is. In this email, you ask for a PDF with information. She reads your email and sends back a PDF with links. You exchange the PDF link with your malicious links. These links contain malware, and they send back the modified PDF saying that the links don't work. She reads your email, opens the link, and her machine gets infected. Now this is a very usual case that keeps on happening these days. So you now have the access to the company's network. What testing method did you use? So it is this is called as a piggybacking, tailgating, or social engineering, or eavesdropping. Which one do you think is the right answer here? So basically, you have sent a Word document or something that you quite often these days over the email. So what is that called? 13th. Let's see what people are responding in this case. Piggybacking. Do you know what exactly the Shriram piggybacking is? Piggybacking. A lot of people have been saying piggybacking. I have no clue why. Eavesdropping is something else as well. So piggybacking is not the thing. Piggybacking is a very different attack. Tailgating is a different attack. So basically, you are just manipulating a user to do something. In this, nobody is involved. Neither you cannot blame Gmail in here, or you cannot blame. This is a human stupidity, and every human stupidity is counted as the trait of you becoming infected by the social engineering of someone. So this will be the easy peasy right answer in this case. Now, as far I have seen into a lot of questions, whether it is CH or anything like that, they always, they always talk about to you about enumeration, exploration, reconnaissance, and the investigation is a different anyway. But the process of doing the testing or something like that. So first of all, you do the information gathering or something like that. So are you doing enumeration, exploration, reconnaissance? From this process, every time the question is asked. So in this, they have given a scenario in which hackers often raise the trust level of phishing message by modeling the email to look similar to the internal email used by the target company. This includes using logos, formatting, and names of the target company. The phishing message will often use the name of the company CEO, president, or managers. The time a hacker spends performing research to locate this information about this company, like if he's able to find any sensitive information or email about your company, so what is that finding process called? Is it enumeration, exploration, reconnaissance, or investigation? So quickly, I'm looking for the answers. Exploration is not a part of it. Arnav has given the right answer. John has given the right answer. Yovi has given the right answer. Tayyab has given the right answer. Okay. Rest of the people are wrong. So only these people has given the right answer here. So there are a lot of reconnaissance tools that I've told you that they are available. They can extract pretty much anything out there. So which is why this process will be called as reconnaissance. Enumeration and exploration and investigating is like totally a different thing. Okay. Uh Prasanna, I'll just give you the sheet and just have a look at it, or maybe just watch the recording of this session and then you can just revise it again. Okay, so now we are in question number 15. Identify the UDP port that network time protocol NTP uses as its primary means of communication. So I believe the Mukesh must have given you the classes on Nmap. Has he given that, or maybe he'll be giving that the next week? So which of these is UDP port is used while doing the scanning here? So 113, 161, 96, or 123. So the UDP port, that is the simplest port to learn, I believe, because it has a very easy name. Okay, everybody knows this. I'm really happy to see this. Give us a quick response. Waiting for next 4 seconds to get the response. All right. So I'm just having a look at the responses now. Hari is right, Prem is right. Like all, most of the people are right in this case. That's all I can see. So I think nobody has given the wrong answer. Only Shashank has given the wrong answer. Yes, all the people have given the right answer in this case. So the correct answer is going to be 1 to 3. This is just the easiest port to learn. All right, so we have completed 15 questions till now. Let's complete let's complete 2 more questions because they are the easier one, and then we'll be taking the 5-minute break. Okay, so which method of password cracking takes the most time and effort? You know about it already. Is it dictionary attack, rainbow tables, brute force, or shoulder surfing? Just give a quick response. We have all been very worried about that attack while the OTP bypass. So yes, most of the people are giving the right answers. Hansraj has given the wrong answer because a dictionary attack has the limit, right? Whatever is defined over there, that will be rainbow tables. Rainbow tables. Like I have not even explained what rainbow table says. Okay, so I'm still waiting for the response. Okay, so all of the students has given the right answer. Still waiting for few more response. No, Pranav, this will not be the level of CSM final exam. This is, if you'll appear for the exams like CH or something like that, that's how they go ahead and ask such questions. Little bit of difficulty will be increased day by day because, this is the first time we are hosting the interview question special today. Okay, so yes, the right answer is brute force in this case. We have been all worried about when I showed you the brute force attack because it was taking quite a while to perform the attack when we were looking for brute force attacks for the passwords and OTP. So the last question, then we'll be taking the break. So user A is writing a sensitive email message to user B outside the local network. User A has chosen to use PKL to secure his message and ensure only user B can read the sensitive email. At what layer of OSI layer? Now you must have read about OSI layer. We have taught you OSI layer 2 times. So at what layer of OSI layer does the encryption and decryption of the message take place? So this is the main question. This is like, yes, they have given a case to distract you. This is the main question. So what do you think is the right layer here? Is it transport layer? Application layer. Application runs on application layer. For transport layer, it is responsible to make the connection. Session has nothing to do with encryption or description. Session will give the authentication if the session should be active or it should not be active. Yes. Okay. So the right answer is presentation in this case. So I hope you'll just remember these questions always, because some of these questions are these days coming in CH exams as well. Something like these. So which is why I'm just giving you a quick training. And I believe there will be a new version of CES this year. So this will be the right answer. So this is how you prepare for the mocks. These kind of questions onto level 1 and to a lot of company interviews as well. They also ask these kind of MCQ level of questions into the level 1. Then they'll go for the GDs and a lot of practical based exams like CTFs. But yes, this is something that you'll have to pass on to a very first level of any interview exam or like anything like that into any examination as well. Okay. So I think we'll be taking a break of like exact 5 minutes because we have been brainstorming with a lot of questions. Break till next next 7 minutes. I believe that is a good time. So I'll be catching you all exactly at 4:37 now. Till the time you can just ease up your mind, have a glass of water or something. We have a lot of more questions to solve today. All right, everyone. So I'm here back again, and let's proceed with the upcoming questions. So now we are on question number 18. I hope everyone is ready about that. Yes, we are just going to do the questions today, and then next week we are again going to proceed with some more exploitations and last 4 or 5 modules that are remaining for web attacks. All right. So let's get started with some more questions. So there are two scenarios in this question. That victim opens the attacker's website. So the attacker sets up a website which contains interesting and attractive content. Like, do you want to make $1,000 in a day? That these are the things. Okay, so these are the things that people usually becomes the part of, like, the activities that that can make them overnight rich. So sorry. So in this case, victim clicks to the interesting and attractive content URL. The tracker creates a transparent iframe in front of the URL which the victim attempts to click. So here iframe is something that you should notice about. So the victim thinks that he or she clicks on, do you want to make $1,000 in day URL, but he actually clicks on the content or URL that exists into the transparent iframe. Okay, so which is set up by the attacker. So what is the name of the attacker which is mentioned in this scenario? So when I believe iframe you have there, so you must have read about iframe into your HTML times as well. So that is called as session fixation that we have read already, HTML injection that we have read already, HTML parameter pollution, or you can say omission of like parameter changing is parameter tampering. That's the same thing, or it is going to be a click jacking. So which one is going to be a right answer? Okay, so a lot of people, all the people are saying A as the right answer. So this is going, A is going to be a right answer. It was a pretty easy question. Click jacking is how you write ID equals to, and then after the equals, you define some other URL like www.howtobecome.rich.com or something like that. That's how you becomes the victim of click jacking. So what happens is that, suppose that this is a website. Inside the website, there will be a page loaded of some third party website, which can be a very harmful for anyone out there. So this is a click jacking. So click jacking will be the right answer in this case. Okay, which of the following is assured by the use of a hash? Is it confidentiality, authentication, availability, or integrity? Do you use confidentiality with the use of hash, or you feel problem in authentication or availability or integrity? Okay, so only Rohit has given the wrong answer, and Prem as well. Hansraj has given the wrong answer. Anonymous attendee, I would like to, request you to change the name. So that's okay. You just need to change the name so that I can know your real name. Okay. See, we have covered the interview prep as well, and I need to tell you that how you can appear into the certifications or the interviews, in which in both the way, a lot of people have been attending this. So which is why we have been trying to give everything hands on, but like 3 or 4 lectures are expected to go in a practical way. So don't worry, we are going to have a lot of practical sessions like we have been taking from all the time now. Okay, so I believe the right answer will be integrating in this case, because there are a lot of aspirants who have been by whom I have been like receiving a lot of messages like they want to do CEH. So I believe it will really help them to make the questions, which will make their resume stronger, and they'll secure a lot of good jobs out of this. Okay, so while performing online banking using a web browser, a user receives an email that contains a link to an interesting website. So when the user clicks on the link, another web browser session starts and displays a video of cats playing a piano. So the next business day, the user receives what looks like an email of his bank, indicating that his bank account has been accessed from a foreign country. We usually receive these kind of emails into our inbox already. So the email asks the user to call his bank and verify the authorization of a fund transfer that took place. So what browser security vulnerability was exploited to compromise the user? So uh, he is a victim of cross-site scripting, cross-site request forgery, jacking, or web form input validation. So just give me a quick response. Right, if you feel like this is just a interview preparing session. If you feel like you want something hands on, and this is for pre-recorded people as well, we are just going to discuss the interview questions in this session. If you want something hands on, if you feel like this is not required for your career, then that's really okay. You can feel free to skip this session, and the next week, of course, we are just going to have only the practical sessions from upcoming time. Okay, so Tayyib has given the right answer. CSRF, no, Tayyib has given the wrong answer actually. Prasanna has given the right answer. Hansraj, Shashank has given the right answer. Okay. Arnav has given the right answer because clickjacking is not the case in here. He is not tampering anything into the URL. Okay, so B is the right answer. CSRF, he is going to become a victim of CSRF. I believe we have learned about this CSRF as well. And yes, one more thing, in the end of this course, we are also going to host a quiz that will be the official exam of CSM. So I believe, keeping this kind of approach, because, now you know about CSRF and, XSS, which is giving you a good feeling in order to, attend these kind of questions. So I believe you must be feeling great after, attending this course. So because you are able to answer these questions, and I'm also happy to see a lot of correct responses. So I'm just giving the extra explanation as well along with the questions, so that it will be a good one for you. We'll be completing the until like 30 questions. 20 extra questions I'll be attaching with the along with these questions, and I'll be providing all of these questions to your WhatsApp group as well. So this is going to be the right answer. Okay. Which system consists of a publicly available set of databases that contains domain name registration contact information? So domain name registration information is what is required here. So remember, we have been doing this into the starting. So you can find that by captcha information or whois or IETF or IANA. So I've already taught you this, I believe. So yes, all the people are right in this case again. So this is going to be the whois. Next up is which of the categories old in OWASP top 10 2017 compared to new OWASP top 10 2021, which clearly means that which of these vulnerability are not a part of WebGoat. So broken access control, insecure design, software and data integrity failure, or SSRF. I believe we have all of these, but not the broken access control. So this will be the right answer, I believe. So nobody has given the right answer in this case. Or maybe I've given the less time to evaluate yourself. So this is going to be the right answer. This was a easy one. 7 questions more, and then we'll be done with today's sessions. I just wanted to give you a quick overview about how you attend the questions and what should be your approach of thinking and attempting the questions in order to find the best one out there. So which category includes XSS in OWASP top 10 in 2021? So I believe that is the most demanded vulnerability that was recently included in 2021, and we've been teaching that to you in 2022. So is it broken access control or insecure design or software and data integrity failure again, or it is going to be the injection? So give me the right answer. Still waiting for the response. We have read about it definitely. Okay, so broken access control is the older one that was already there. Uh, A and C software. No, this is also not the right answer. Okay, so the right answer is C. Insecure design is not the right answer. Broken access control is newly. No, not the broken access control. I think this will be injection. There were no injections recently, but they are introduced recently. So I think this will be the right answer. Okay, which of the following, this is also from the Linux architecture, which of the following files in Linux is used to store account passwords? So this is, most of the people will give the wrong answer for this, I believe. I'm pretty sure about this. So A, most of the people are giving the A answer. Only Arnav and Asar Mohammed has given the right answer. Hansraj has also given the right answer. Yes. So it is not stored into the. Okay. So the right answer is shadow file. This was also the confusing one, which is why we have asked. Most of the people have been thinking, but into the straight text passwords, straight password file, we don't usually store the passwords. There you get the information of other past WD files. So we store passwords in usually shadow into the Linux, because that is going to be the password for your account, not for any file or web host or something like that. This is going to be the right answer. Okay, so the 25th question is, which of the following value denotes the full access read, write, execute? I believe everybody must be knowing this. Yes, that's the loudest noise, I guess, that I'm getting after asking this question, because we have been dealing with this quite a lot. Like from a lot of days, we have been dealing this into the Linux. So the right answer is going to be this one. Last 5 questions. You can add a row using SQL in a database with which of the following? We have learned this yesterday only. So what do you think is going to be the right answer? Okay, yes, we have done this yesterday. We have inserted a row, if you remember, with the help of scripting yesterday, right? So I believe C is going to be the right answer. SQL query is terminated by which of the following symbols? Now, a lot of people were asking that, sir, why are you defining strings again and again? So give me a quick answer for 27th. Shashank, that's not the right answer. Prem, Prasanna, you guys are wrong. Brajesh is wrong. How do you end the query? As simple as that. How can you forget that? How do you end the query? That's not a good thing. Explanation. Like, how can you end a query with the help of exclamation mark? Like, that's really strange. So with the semicolon, haven't you heard that a programmer forgot the semicolon, and the things got rough? So which is why the right answer is going to be semicolon in this case. Which of the following is not a layer of the TCP and IP? Application, session, transport, or internetworking layer? You will always get the question related to the layers, OSI layer model. So I believe you should keep that in eye. TCP and IP protocol is not there in which layer? Because I can see you internetworking layer. That's not the right answer. Most of the people are wrong in this case. Session layer is the right answer. Rohit has given the right answer. Rest, everybody has given the wrong answer. Shashank has also given the right answer. All right. So the right answer will be session layer. Last two questions. Port 443 is used for, like you have been using this port for quite a lot. Asar has given right answer. Bajesh, Arnav, Prasanna, Shashank, like everybody has given the right answer. Right. So the right answer is HTTPS, the easier one. So finally, the 30th question, which of the following is not a benefit of virtualization? Virtualization technology is eco-friendly, or faster deployments are there into the virtualization, increases overall cost, or none of the above. Like if you have been, even watching my recent videos, then you must be knowing that what is the right answer for this. D, none of above is definitely not a case, which is why cloud kicked in. Okay, so faster deployments are not there. You will have to, you'll have to, give a lot of invest a lot of money in order to get the fast speed. But then fast deployments are definitely not possible on virtualization due to the multi-kernel allotments of a lot of different files. So if there will be multi-kernel allotment, then it is going to be a problem. So in order to do that, the overall cost is really big out there. So that is going to be the right answer. Okay, so what I am about to do is that I'm going to save this file, and into the WhatsApp group, I'm just giving you this resource by which you can just, go ahead and check for more 20 questions. So this is the type of questions that you get in CEH or into some other MCQ based examinations. We'll be releasing more, we'll be releasing a lot more amount of question banks, you can say. So that's it for today's class. I hope you have enjoyed this quick quiz. So in the end, I'm just going to attach a video as a resource, and this quiz, this dog quiz along with the right answer. So I'll be giving you 20 more questions that you can read by now in some time. But that's it for today's class. I hope you have enjoyed today's session, and maybe into the next week. Next week into there, we are going to take few more exploitations methods, and like we are remaining with like four more modules, I believe. So we'll be solving all those four modules of the web. But that's it for today's class. I hope you have enjoyed today's class. Thank you everyone for joining. But that's it for today. I'll see you next week once again. Bye everyone, and I hope you have a great weekend ahead.